Good afternoon, professors and students. Welcome to the first ever online ITC orientation program. I'm your host for today. My name is Anne, Marketing Manager of the Institute. As a new member of ITC, I'm sure that you are all eager to learn more about your studies and the university life awaiting for you. Today's orientation program will help you to get to know more about the campus and your program. May I first invite our department head, Professor Jintu Fan, to give us a welcome speech. Professor Fan, please.
Okay. Good afternoon. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Yeah.
Yes, we can.
So a very warm welcome to all of you, and congratulations that you have joined one of the best school of fashion and textiles, and you should be very proud of you. It's a little bit strange that we have to meet this way on your first day to PolyU because of the pandemic. But we have to learn to adapt to a new environment and new circumstances, because after all, it's those who can adapt will prevail, will be successful in the future. For the freshmen, first thing I want to remind you is to send a message to your parents and say thank you to them, because it's also a very, very important moment as a parents to bring you up to this stage and to send you to the university. I myself, a father of two daughters, I know the moment that I send my girls to college, and so much expectation, and extremely proud of them for their achievement, to be admitted to one of leading schools in the world. You have every reason to be very proud of yourself and your achievement, because PolyU is one of the world-class universities. And probably you already know that PolyU is ranked number 75 in the QS World University ranking. Now, ITC, the Institute of Textile and Clothing, I'm very proud to say that we are one of the best schools in fashion and textiles. And perhaps I have the credential to say that because I have worked in 4 continents, worked in Europe and in Africa, in US, and now I'm back to Hong Kong, right? So I am very proud to be the head of this Institute of Textile and Clothing. We are part of the Faculty of Applied Science and Textiles in PolyU. What are our strengths? The ITC is very different from all the other schools, fashion schools and textile schools in the world. I would say we are the leader in the intersection of fashion technology, fashion design, and fashion business. Okay. We can integrate all the strengths of all these 3 areas together, and to ensure that our students will be successful in whatever career they will take in this 3 trillion fashion and textile industry. Because today, a designer needs to understand the materials. A businessman, a manager for global fashion business needs to understand the design trends and new technologies. Because today, maybe the design is made in a city like Hong Kong, but manufacturing is done in countries like Vietnam, China, in other places. And we need global operation and especially using IT technologies today, right? So you need a technology, you need a business acumen, you need the design sense. It's very difficult to separate the three. And so that's why we say we are the pioneering institution in fashion and textiles, because we are leading the education by integrating all the three areas together. Excuse me. Now, ITC is especially proud for its academic achievement in the world academic and scholarly achievements. We are ranked in #1 or #2 in terms of our publication and impacts, citation impacts. In terms of fashion design, the fashion schools are ranked more biased, I would say, towards the traditional fashion schools in UK and America, like Central St. Martin's and Parsons. In that ranking, we ranked at number 43. So we are a rising school in fashion, in terms of fashion. We are also extremely proud for our outstanding alumni. In fact, now you are now joining PolyU, one of the PolyU member. Actually, right now, the PolyU Council Chairman, who is the boss of our president, Dr. Lam Da-Fei. He is actually our former graduates, one of our alumni. And so perhaps one day, one of you may become PolyU's chairman, the big boss of PolyU, or even greater. We are really looking forward to that. And you may also hear about like CETA, Clothing Industry Training Authority. The director is our former graduates. And other companies, many other companies like Intertech, maybe you have heard about it. Or others maybe pursuing a career in the university, like University of Leeds. We also have a very successful graduates in the business. Perhaps you know Giordano, and the executive director is our graduate. And of course, also like Lang Cranford, Dion, Versailles, those big brands, their managers are our graduates. And also in China, just one example, like a Shenzhen Fashion Design Association's chairman is one of our graduates. In the design area, we also have outstanding alumni serving as a creative designer of companies like Demo, the fashion editor of Vogue Hong Kong, and the senior fashion designer of this large Crystal Group. Calvin Klein's fashion designer, also our graduate, and more of our alumni. For instance, that many of the leading professors in the fashion school in mainland China are our ITC graduates. So what I want to say is you are not only joining PolyU, and may perhaps joining your friends as classmates for the next 4 years, but also you are joining a huge network of successful ITC network alumni, which will be huge resources and assets for your career development. Of course, our academic, our professors are truly outstanding, not only in design, but also in technology and in business. Many of our professors are recipients of major international awards. So we hope that that you will be given the best advice from our best professors. For your information, currently ITC, the Institute of Textile Clothing, we have 878 undergraduates, 104 research postgraduates, and 147 taught postgraduates. So altogether, it's about 1,100 students at different levels. At the moment, we have 54 academic and teaching staff. We also have 170 research staff and 5 academic advisors, adjunct professors, which are leading personalities in the industry and in our academic field. We are also supported with 33 admin and technical staff. The ITC has a full range and comprehensive academic programs. So many of you are joining as bachelor students in fashion and textiles. But we are launching a new program next year called Bachelor of Science in Digital Fashion. And so maybe you can ask your friends at your high school, get ready. Maybe now we have a new program next year. There could be interest to apply, but not this year. It's a digital fashion, which is very, very timely in terms of today's advancement of digital technology and also the new lifestyle we are experiencing with the pandemic. Now, after your graduation as a bachelor students, you may progress into a master degree program. We have the Master of Arts in Fashion and Textile Design, Master of Arts in Fashion and Textiles with specialism in global fashion management or fashion merchandising. We have an outpost taught master program in collaboration with Xi'an Polytechnic University, offered both at the Shenzhen and in Xi'an. And of course, we have the research postgraduate program leading to Master or Doctor of Philosophy. And we also have many postdoctoral researchers working in our many of our research projects. So as you progress in your final year, you are often be invited to join in one of the research groups to do your projects, also part of your final year dissertation. Prepare you to learn how to tackle major problems, and whether you are going to be working in industry, or if you are advanced to academic career or research career, to learn how to conduct research. Our colleagues, our professors very frequently receive major national and international awards. So far, we have received more than 45 national and international awards and honors by our colleagues. And ITC's facility is world class, and you will see as you join, you will enjoy the state of arts equipment, whether in our 4D studio, for instance, photography laboratory, our computer-aided design lab, our design studios, and our workshops, and also our e-store, like the brick and mortar store and the e-store, we combine them together, hybrid, multi-channel environment. We also have state-of-art laboratories, and also like 3D body scanning, weaving, knitting, spinning, even the newest like laser cutting, engraving facilities. Apart from that, also I'm very proud to say that ITC is one of the most international schools in campus. Over the years, we have over 350 students exchanged out internationally all around the world. 33% going to USA, 33% to UK, 11% to Sweden, and so on. And some are going to Japan. We also offer scholarship to support you to study overseas. But of course, this last year has been difficult because of the coronavirus. Many of the exchanged out students had to come back to Hong Kong, and we managed to offer flexibility for them to continue their study. But I hope the situation will soon be eased, and you will not be affected, because I think it's your second or third year, that you will be exchanged. You can, apply to get exchanged out to overseas to study. We also have a lot of learning opportunities in industry. There will be many internships for you during the summer to work in companies in Hong Kong or mainland China or overseas. And like since 2018, we have 100 openings from over 80 local and overseas companies. Actually, this is one of the advantage of ITC over all the other schools in the PolyU, because we are so much supported by industry, and because we have so many very successful alumnus in the industry. Of course, our students, our outstanding students receive many scholarships from government, from foundations, from major competitions as well. Annually, we also organize graduation fashion shows. This year, of course, a big challenge. And so we put our students' work digitally online. But we still had an intimate fashion show this year. Right? But normally we will have it every year. We have the intimate show, BA fashion show, MA fashion show. Yeah, so I hope towards your graduation, we will see your creative work on display or on the stage. We also help our students to win competitions, okay, and prepare our students to win competitions. For instance, we are the champion of the Hong Kong Food Design Competition, the champion of Hong Kong Young Designer Contest, the champion of Fashion Future Challenger Award. We have been a champion for 5 consecutive years at the Future Retail Challenge, at the World Retail Congress, which is phenomenal for ITC. It demonstrates that our ITC students truly are the best internationally. Now, enhancing learning experience is extremely important. Learning is not just learning the textbook. So it's also important to get inspiration for the extremely successful industrialists. Also get their perspective about the future of the industry. Again, we are very fortunate. We have a strong support by the leading industrialists in Hong Kong. And these people, like our Dr. Lam Da-Fei, Mr. Shirley Chan, who is the vice chairman of YGM Group, also the chairman of ITC Advisory Committee. In fact, she's also the chairman of the Hong Kong Trade Development Council. And also Dr. Henry Tan, who is the CEO of Yuantai, a big, very big trading company, who also the chairman of the Hong Kong Textile Council, who consists of all the major companies of Hong Kong textile companies. He's the chairman, and they all have agreed. As soon as the pandemic is eased, they will come to campus and to speak to you, to share their experience. And of course, from time to time, we will arrange alumni functions to invite former graduates coming back to campus to get connected with our students and talk to you, share their experience. You can ask them, your concerns, anxieties, expectations of the industry and so on. So that would be a great opportunity also to learn. Of course, we're looking forward to a day and when you graduate and equipped with all the knowledges and skills and be ready and to succeed in the global, emphasize global fashion and textile industry. Because Hong Kong is a small city. Our future, our ambition is the world. But Hong Kong is a great door for this fashion and textile world of 3 trillion business, which is bigger than the electronics business, right? So you have a great future ahead of you. And here are the possible companies you may be working. I look forward to the day that you will succeed. But for now, I hope that you will enjoy the campus life. But for any problem you may experience at the campus, we are here to help. Now here is our team. Okay, you can contact me, of course. Here, let me introduce our team.
Yeah, sorry, Professor Fan, may I interrupt? Because we got so many freshmen today, and due to the technical problem, the maximum capacity of this room is 300. Our colleagues cannot get in at all.
Oh, I see.
That is a really pity. I feel terribly sorry about that, and all our freshmen. So please, freshmen, study this chart, and you will recognize their faces.
Okay, I was hoping that asking my colleagues to say hello to you, but due to the capacity, so they cannot. here, let me just briefly introduce. We have the associate head, Dr. Tracy Moore, who is also the staff and student committee chairman. And she will facilitate the communication with our student body association and also yourself. We also have Professor Jason Choi. He's the chairman of the Department Learning and Teaching Committee. Very, very important function. Ensure the teaching activities, your learning experience are very, very well supported. And we also have the internship career officer, Professor C.Y. Khan.
Oh, I'm here.
And also the scholarship liaison officer, Professor Christina Wong. They are very, very important. Okay, later on you need to go for internship and you want to apply for scholarship. These are the two people you want to get advice from. Okay, and also we have a student exchange liaison officer in our office. That's Carrie Yip. We also have academic advisors for the first year, first degree student who are Professor Cam, Professor Christina Wong, Dr. Joe, Dr. Kit Yip, and Dr. Joyce Chen. For the senior year students, we have Professor Jason Choi, Professor Hu Hong, Professor Kino Zhang, Dr. Fei Bing, Dr. Paul Hall, Dr. Lili, and Dr. Chester To, Dr. Rachel Yip, Dr. Ansu Bak, Dr. Chloe Key, Dr. Christina Xun, and Dr. J.Y. Zhou, and Dr. Gawi Long. So these are the people that will be assigned to specific students, and you may be assigned to one of them. So they are your full contact if you experience any problem, right? But of course, the next level is the program leader. For the BA program, our program leader is Dr. Chris Lowe. For the master program in fashion and textiles, our program leader is Dr. Chester To. And for the fashion and textile design, our program leader is Basha, Professor Basha. Never mind, it's just called Basha. Okay, she will be very, very happy. Okay, because the surname is difficult to pronounce. Okay, but I'm sure she's not mine. Just call her Basha, Professor Basha. Right. And then, of course, we have executive officers, Cherry Chen and Cicely Ho, to provide the support. Okay, so that's all from me. Welcome again, and making sure send a message to your parents, say thank you for bringing you up to this stage, and hope you enjoy the campus life.
Okay, thank you very much, Professor Fan. Thank you. May I introduce you our Dr. Patrick Pang, who will give you a short introduction about the safety issue while you are working or studying in our laboratories and studio.
Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to the Institute of Textile and Clothing Orientation Day. I'm Patrick Pan. I'm the Departmental Health and Safety Officer of our department. Okay, now I want to introduce you a person first. He is Zachary Lab. He is our Environmental Health and Safety Training Manager of our PolyU. He will talk about our PolyU safety and our PolyU safety issues and safety policy. Okay, let me make a shift to Zachary. Zachary, are you ready?
Yes, could you hear me? Hello, could you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, so let me share the screen now. So hello everyone. So hello, good afternoon, new student from Institute of Textile and Clothing. So nice to meet you. So my name is Zachary. I'm from Health, Safety and Environment Office of the PolyU for sure. So my duties is mainly responsible for risk management and also training regarding health, safety, and environmental matters. So today I'm just related to give you a very brief, quick yet important introduction of how PolyU sees health, safety, and environment matters. Okay, so you could stand with us and support to protect yourself as well as the other people around you. Okay. So actually, we have prepared a welcome gift and induction animation for you. So make you much more easier and have a interesting way to digest the relevant information that you need to know when you are enjoying the university life. Okay, so here we go. That's the end of the animation. I hope all of you find the information useful. So at the end of the animation, so it shows the whole hour of HSEO that everyone have a good health and safety awareness and being proactive in promoting the health and safety and environment in our campus. And ultimately, we wish if the student could bring this kind of positive safety culture even after they graduate to their community, spread around this message into their workplace in the future. Okay, so here's a glimpse on what HSEO does in the university in terms of supporting the health, safety, and environment management. So we cover different kinds of areas of safety, including laboratory and research. We also support some health and safety risk management of those events organized by the department and also by students. We conduct inspection in different workplace, different location, laboratories, classroom, etc. And also we have food safety assurance program to have some certainty for the food hygiene standard in our catering service provision. And also we support the university in some emergency preparedness, just like in case of fire, chemical spillage, etc., to minimize those health and safety impact that could be realized. Okay, so we have quite a lot of different varieties in our work. So feel free to visit our website to understand more. The animation I'm shown is already uploaded in the website, so feel free to take a look again if you need some refreshment. Okay, so what HSEO also wants is some engagement with the student. So we try our best to have different kinds of learning, promotion, including these. Just for example, so we make some animations just like the animation I've showed you. Animation piece by piece, easy to digest multimedia information. So you could have gradually understanding of more on what health and safety matters are. Okay, and then we try to shift from our traditional classroom training to e-learning package on certain health and safety areas. We also utilize the innovative technologies, including virtual reality. So we are in development of certain virtual reality training tools. So you could learn some actual health and safety technique. For example, maybe use of AED and as simple as how to use a fire extinguisher. So this is the project in progress. Okay, so we do also organize certain promotional events, so to spread around those important health and safety message. So we have created our Instagram, IG account. So feel free to just join by searching HSEO PolyU. So we will find our account and then just join us, just follow us, and we will share you some most update and hot topics in terms of the health, safety, environment matters, right? So here's more or less what I wanted to share with you today. So I hope you could stay safe, healthy in this period, and also I wish you a fruitful and enjoyable university life in the future years. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Zachary. Thank you for sharing our PolyU safety. Okay, thank you. There is still time. I think I will talk about now. I will talk about our safety of our department. Okay. Okay. Again, I am Patrick Pan. I am the Departmental Health and Safety Officer of ITC. Here is my contact information. My office is W608B. My telephone number is this one. You could, if you have any questions, you could send me an email here. This is my email. Our department has many different kinds of laboratories and workshops. They include spinning workshop, weaving workshop, knitting workshop. We also have a garment workshop and a workshop for pattern and design. Our department also have some laboratory. They include the laboratory of coloration and finishing, physical testing laboratory, chemical testing laboratory, and the laboratory for material synthesis and processing. You see the photo here. Those photos describe our different kinds of laboratory and workshop. Since we have a lot of different laboratories and workshops, some have chemicals, some have laser, some have kneading machines. So each laboratory or workshop has its own potential hazards. You can see those a lot of warning labeled in our laboratory or workshop. Those are related to chemical hazards. This one is the laser. We have a laser. So we have a laser hazards. Because we have a lot of huge machines, so there's some this label related to the machinery hazards. This is the electrical hazards. Okay, we always handle a fabric roll. The fabric roll, which is a big and heavy. So we need to be aware of manual handling. So there's a this one is the manual handling hazard label. Okay, before using laboratory and workshop, you will use the laboratory and workshop in future. So before using the laboratories and workshop, you should know who is the person in charge of this laboratory or workshop. They are always teachers or technical staff. Okay, before doing the experiment, you need to know what PPE. PPE stands for personal protective equipment. You know what PPE should be used before you do the experiment. For example, in chemistry laboratory, you should wear the safety, your laboratory coats, safety goggles, or safety gloves. Also, in future, you will operate some instrument and machines. So you could note their safe operation procedure for operation of the machines. In future, you also need to use some chemicals to make new materials or some materials. So you need to note the safe handling of those chemicals. Okay, finally, you should know where is the first aid box is in our laboratory and workshop, and also you should know where the emergency exit in our laboratory and workshop. Okay, finally, this is the website of our PolyU HSEO Health Safety Environment Office. This is the website of this link is the website of this HSEO. If you want to know any safety of our PolyU, you could visit this website. Okay, I finished my session. And
okay,
I finished my session.
Okay, thank you, Patrick. Thank you very much. So in case freshmen, if you have questions or doubts about health and safety issue or the lab problems, just let us know and write to Patrick if you need. So next session will be presented by our UHS. UHS is very useful and helpful office in the university, providing all kinds of health and safety, all kinds of health issues, healthcare service. So may I introduce you, Joey? Joey here?
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Joey Lam. I'm practice nurse from University Health Service. Our senior medical officer, Dr. Danilo, would like to share a video with you about whole person wellness. Please be aware of the content of the video.
Dear students, welcome to the orientation talk. This is going to be a 10-minute presentation from University Health Service, UHS. I'm Dr. Danilo from UHS. So, whenever we think of booking a medical appointment to see a doctor, probably most of you may think of a physical illness, right? But is that the only reason for you to come to UHS? Nowadays, health is not simply the lack of physical illnesses. It refers to whole person wellness, which consists of 4 aspects, including physical health, psychological health, social health, and spiritual health. Instead of talking about the theories, I'm going to share with you the story of Daisy. Daisy is a year 3 university student who has sore throat and cough for a month. She came to UHS to seek for medical advice. How can UHS help her? What do you think? Can Daisy go directly into the UHS waiting area as in the past during this pandemic period? Okay, during the COVID pandemic, when Daisy arrives main entrance of UHS, our staff at the triage station will have a quick assessment for Daisy. That is, to check for her temperature, perform hand hygiene, and fill in the questionnaire. For those patients who are considered as low risk of infection, they can then enter the waiting hall of UHS as usual. However, as Daisy has respiratory symptoms, she is brought to a designated area to see a specially assigned doctor under strict infection control. This can prevent cross-infection during pandemic period. So our doctor has assessed Daisy and arranged her to receive the COVID test, which is negative. So then our doctor found that Daisy's cough is actually due to the throat irritation after each self-induced vomiting. Daisy used to vomit after each binge eating episode due to the fear of weight gain despite her normal body mass index, BMI. This is the food consumed in a typical binge eating episode in one go, okay? Daisy usually consumes all the food at the middle of the night when she is alone in her bedroom. Well, obviously, I think most of you will know that Daisy is suffering from bulimia, which is considered as a common problem, okay, as an eating disorder. So, as early in the presentation, I mentioned that health is divided into 4 categories, right? So at the beginning, Daisy comes in for sore throat and cough, which are considered as some simple physical signs or symptoms, right? And then when we explore her history, we found that actually this physical symptom is not that simple. It is result from a bulimia, which is a condition of a psychological problem, okay? Of course, UHS has some common medicine which is effective to treat bulimia, okay? But as is important as medicine, psychological support or counseling is also very important. So we further explore the social health and spiritual health aspects of Daisy. The doctor asked Daisy, why you always need to binge eat all the food? And Daisy explained that because whenever there are a lot of food, keep chewing in the mouth, keep swallowing into her stomach, her brain is actually very relaxed. She can temporarily stop functioning, her brain stop thinking about all the annoying things. So the question comes next is, what are the annoying things to Daisy? We found that Daisy all along aims at meeting her parents' expectation, okay? She all along had very good compliance to the social script of the mainstream. So what's meant by social script of the mainstream? For example, most people in the society think that, well, the definition of success is like having a university undergraduate degree, and then to have a good job with a secure income and social status, and then you can buy a flat, buy a car, and then marry somebody, and then have children. Okay, so this, I'm not saying that is right or wrong, but it's just the thoughts of mainstream of the society. So Daisy all along think that, oh, just follow them will be nice, without thinking about her own interest. However, it comes to a problem since the social unrest in Hong Kong and COVID-19 outbreak in the past year. There are suddenly a lot of uncertainties which create a sense of fear to the future. And there are many different voices in the society. People have different opinions, and Daisy just cannot digest it all and is unsure what she wants. So now, with more exploration and more discussion with Daisy, we found that the problem is not that simple. For example, from the social health aspect, we know that Daisy has very distant relationship with her parents. They seldom chat, and she also does not have close friends for sharing. So from the spiritual health aspect, Daisy has fear of uncertainties. There's a transient loss of direction or life goal. Daisy always has a sense of emptiness and hopelessness. Okay, her emotion has no way out. Well, to have a better understanding of this spiritual condition, Daisy, which is quite common nowadays, we can use the Maslow hierarchy of needs as an analogy. Okay, Maslow is a psychologist who classified all the human needs to 5 categories. For example, students, have you ever thought of why you are here today? Why do you want to pursue a university degree? Why? Is it basically because, well, you think that with a university degree, you can have a job, then you can secure your basic living. You have money, salary, then you can secure, afford your basic needs. Okay, that is described as the level 1, 2 needs at the base of the pyramid of Maslow hierarchy of needs. Or there is more reason for you to come to the university. For example, because your high school friends comes to university as well, you want to stay with them. Or because you want to have some peer or connection, you want to have a boyfriend or girlfriend in the campus. Okay, so this will be the level 3, because all people need love and belonging. Okay, or, well, I have more reason to come to the university because if I'm a university graduate, I have some kind of social status. My friends, my family, my relatives will give me some sort of respect, and they will acknowledge my achievement. Okay, so this will be level 4, self-esteem. Or you may think that, oh, actually, I have more reason to join the university because I want to pursue knowledge. I want to be generate new knowledge and skill so that someday I can use my knowledge or skill to contribute to the society. So congratulations, this is level 5, self-actualization. Okay, so some people work very hard not only for their own benefits. They fight for some sort of values they think is very important and which is good for the mankind. So this is level 5, self-actualization. So one of the Chinese saying is 知其可為而為之. What does it mean? For example, in the society, there's a lot of businessmen. Okay, they have very good vision. They see that oh, the stock market or the property market will rise. Okay, in the future, so they arrange the appropriate investment. So finally, they win a lot of money. Okay, so this kind of successful businessman we can describe as 知其可為而為. Okay, we have a lot of these people in the society. But at the same time, we have some people who proceed like this, 知其不可為而為之. Okay, even they think that the mission is quite impossible, the chance of success is very low, but they still proceed with their work. Why? Because these people believe that the value is very important. They fight for the values they think that is correct, is good for mankind. So even they know that the chance of success is very low, they still proceed. 知其不可為而為之。The chance of success is very low. As old Chinese teaching. Friends. Is good for mankind. So even they know that the chance of success is very low, they still proceed. 知其不可為而為之. And this comes from Confucius' old Chinese teaching. Okay, according to a recent research from Breakthrough, they interviewed more than 500 Hong Kong youngsters. Okay, 75% of Hong Kong youngsters felt depressed. Okay, they think that Hong Kong is under crisis currently. Okay, but even they feel depressed, this research has a very important and useful finding. They found that these teenagers have a sense of relationship engagement. In Chinese, it is 同行共感. What does it mean? For example, in the old days, when you have a friend, you think that, oh, he's very depressed. Usually, what will people say? They will comfort the depressed friend saying that, oh, no worries, it will be okay. It will be very okay very soon. But is that true now? Okay, many of us know that Hong Kong is under crisis currently. So if you still say that, oh, it will be good, no problem very soon, probably these kind of wordings will not be that effective to this depressed person. Okay, instead of saying this, probably you can consider saying this. Okay, friend, I see that you are very depressed now, but I understand because I'm also depressed and I will be with you. You are not alone. Okay, so this means relationship engagement, 同行共感. And research shows that this can effectively increase the resilience. But in some cases, if you think that your friend is really depressed or anxious and can't cope with it, of course, you can seek for professional help. And in our university campus, UHS is one of the departments which can support your mental health. We have the mental wellness clinic. Our team of doctors can provide mental health assessment, medical counseling, and if necessary, we can prescribe effective drugs for you. And how to book appointment. Now, this is important, okay? And if you have already got a student counselor, I'm sure your counselor can arrange the proper referral to UHS. If you do not yet have a counselor, you can also directly book UHS, okay? And this is our hotline, 27665433. Okay, you can directly book our appointment by phoning this hotline and saying our reception to tell our receptionist that you would like to book a mental health assessment with our doctor. Then they will arrange. Okay, so in conclusion, I wish that in the previous 10 minutes, I've already mentioned that health is not that simple, only consists of physical health, but it also includes psychological health, social health, and spiritual health. And UFTS is always here to support you. So I hope that you can get the 3 bring-home messages. Number 1, defend the values that you yearn for in your own ways. Okay, because people must have some kind of spiritual values or some values upholding in your life in order to have a meaningful life, so that you won't have the feeling of emptiness. Okay. Number 2, you are not alone. Okay, remember you are not alone. Okay. And finally, number 3, doctor is here if needed in you.
Okay, thank you, Joey. Thank you very much for your presentation. So here we come to the end of part 1